Hey everyone, so the video that you're about to watch is a brand new show idea that we've actually had for some time. It's very different from what's normally on this channel, but that's why we decided to make a pilot just to test to see if you guys would like it. It's shot in front of a real live audience. It's got some swear words in there, so parental discretion, but ultimately it's all in good fun and to celebrate and support our community. So hope you like it. In 5, 4, 3, 2,
Relax.
All right, this is the Report Card. It's a comedy news special where we get to cover Asian stories or the Asian American perspective on major news events.
In a 24-hour news cycle, Asians don't really come up a lot, and we are rarely asked for our opinions.
Yeah, and so with so little representation, it can sometimes feel like our successes are invisible, our stories are unimportant, and we are too.
But the truth is, we have a lot of stories and thoughts, and if no one's gonna talk about it, allow us.
Oh, amazing. So look, in honor of Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, I said it, thank you.
People are like, boo!
Yeah, get out of here!
Wrong crowd.
Too many hashtags. We are going to go over the biggest stories of the past year, so let's jump in, okay guys?
For the first time in American history, there are two presidential candidates of Asian descent running for the Democratic nomination.
That's right. In case you didn't already know, Kamala Harris, on top of being a senator and former state attorney general, is also Blasian. Oh yeah. An Asian woman in the White House, I mean, think of all the ceilings should be shattering, right? You got glass, bamboo. Love it. And also whatever piss-stained gold one Trump probably installed.
Oh. Trump joke, check.
On the other hand, candidate Andrew Yang is gaining traction for promising to give everyone a UBI.
Oh, I had that in college.
No, you had an STD.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
okay.
Use protection. UBI actually stands for Universal Basic Income, which means that under a Yang presidency, everyone would get $1,000 a month.
Okay, but let's just drop the fancy name. We all know it's just an allowance. And just like most Asians, Andrew probably never got an allowance. And that's why he's pushing for this policy. I can imagine Andrew now as a kid. But Mom? Taylor and Jim? They get allowances. That's so unfair. When I'm president, I'm gonna give every kid an allowance. And also, I think I might have pooped my pants.
At 8, poop in his pants.
Yep, that's when
Okay.
kids still poop in their pants.
UBI is actually not a new idea. Top economists have advocated for it in the past. I think, though, the reason why Yang's proposal is gaining so much traction so quickly is because white people are trained to believe in Asian when we start talking numbers. Susan, yes, 3 + 5 does equal 10. Check my abacus.
I use a TI-83.
Oh. But not only that, Yang promises to be the opposite of Donald Trump. He'll ask us not to make America great again, but instead, why can't you make America great again like your cousin Stephanie?
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
I hate Stephanie. I hate every Asian Stephanie. I'm just excited that if he is elected, finally, racists won't slant their eyes and say, ching chong ling long. Instead, racists will slant their eyes and say, oh, hello, Mr. President. Oh. Moving on, after that uncomfortable accent I had to do, this wouldn't be an Asian. We're not taking that back. That's a one-time only accent. All right. Moving on to our next topic, this wouldn't be an Asian show if we didn't address all the bribery college scandals. Last March, celebrities and wealthy parents were caught bribing top colleges. Lori Loughlin, aka Aunt Becky from Full House, was accused of paying more than $500,000 to get her kid into USC. Oh, that's normal? Okay. Guess that's normal too, these rich Asian people. Jesus. They're like, that's nothing.
Show me the money.
Get my Tesla. That's how you know when your kid is a dumbass. You spend more than $500,000, and the best school you can get into is an Asian kids safety school. We did it. We did it.
But look, all right, guys, it wasn't just white people involved. There were also some Asian parents accused, okay? Ooh. One Chinese mom actually paid $6.5 million to get her kid into Stanford, yes. Which is way more than any of the other parents had to pay. So I guess you're telling me when we commit crimes, we have to work harder? All right, yeah, fuck the college system. Grade this personality, bitch.
Oh. The Asian families haven't been charged in the lawsuit. They claim not understanding. They blame cultural differences and language barriers. Wait a second. Are they using the I don't speak English to get out of a crime? Hold up, that shit holds up in court? I've been using that on Jehovah's Witnesses only.
All right, enough of the boring political and legal shit. Let's move on to Hollywood news. Guys, this year was really big for us, okay? We had so many movies with Asian Americans in them. And yes, I am including The Meg, okay? Because that shark was Chinese. Look it up. Just saying, The Meg, yeah.
What was her name?
The Meg, it's short for Megalodon Chan.
A wonderful shark dynasty. I love that. An increase in Asian movies meant an increase in Asians buying tickets. Unsurprisingly, concession sales remain stagnant.
Of course, box office success, Crazy Rich Asians wowed audiences as the first all-Asian cast in a major film in over 25 years. The last one being Joy Luck Club, which is pretty cool. I mean, like, it had the highest numbers of any other movie that came out that month.
But the unexpected box office was crucial for Crazy Rich. If CRA bombed, studios probably wouldn't put another Asian in a movie for another 25 years. Meanwhile, Mark Wahlberg had a movie come out that exact same day, and it tanked. But they're still letting Mark Wahlberg make shitty movies. No, they're shitty movies.
But thankfully, CRA was a hit, and it skyrocketed stars like Gemma Chan, Awkwafina, Henry Golding to A-list territory. And word is they're already developing a sequel, to which Constance Wu tweeted, "Fucking hell." She had a bad day.
But Crazy Rich Asians wasn't the only one. John Cho starred in Searching. Written and directed by another Asian American, Anish Chaganty. When I first heard about the movie, I thought it was about a girl searching for her parents' approval.
Well, in February, Pixar's short Bao actually won, yeah. Sporadic love for Bao.
Lukewarm.
Woo, woo,
It's like,
woo, woo, woo,
it's
woo,
like
woo, woo.
little Xiaolong Baos popping.
Bao won the Oscar. Oh yeah. Making Do Mei-shi the first woman of color to win in that category, animated short. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I just thought it was really refreshing to finally get to see an Asian mom cook without all the white people being like, "What does that smell?" Oh.
However, there were no Asian moms in the Netflix hit To All the Boys I Loved Before. Lana Condor plays Lara Jean, a Hapa girl living with her white dad. And the story works out better because if her Asian mom were alive, it would be called No Boyfriend Until Marriage. Or You'll Die. I love my mom.
Sounds really great.
Not only were Asian moms missing from the movie, so were hot Asian guys as the romantic lead, which makes no sense, because look at all of them. Also, why am I not there? But Hollywood is definitely making up for that. There are 4 movies this month with hot Asian guys as love interest.
That's right. We've got Aladdin, A Dog's Journey.
Always Be My Maybe. Sun is also a star.
What's happening? Why are your lips quivering?
Whoa! Is it hot in here?
Yeah.
Can we crank the AC, Benson?
We are hot shit right now. In fact, I could already tell the difference in my personal dating life. I'm killing it in all the dating apps ever since I changed my photo to this. When people accuse me of catfishing, I just turn it back on them and accuse them of saying all Asians look alike. Thank you, Simu.
Yikes. Well, the representation isn't always movies, right? It's also in music. And this year, K-pop solidified its place in the American mainstream with Blackpink performing at Coachella. Yeah. BTS on SNL. We know there are tons of people who have stanned K-pop for some time, so we're not gonna make any jokes about them because
they are
we
all
love
perfect
them.
in every way.
Really.
They are very talented and they can sing and dance their asses off.
It was rumored that Blackpink actually enjoyed Coachella from the audience, except nobody recognized them because they just blended in with all the other ABGs. Because they're so sexy and beautiful.
Beautiful, sexy, yep. Meanwhile, BTS appearing on SNL was huge considering the last time K-pop was on that show, it was this guy. I don't know what's more disappointing, a white guy playing Psy, or that America thought that was K-pop before BTS. Look, I'm not trying to knock on Psy. I'm trying to knock on everyone that is trying to ask me to do the fucking dance. I'm Filipino! Ask me about Bruno Mars! 24 Karat!
API representation also took the form of fun Facebook groups like Subtle Asian Traits, which was started by a group of young Asian Australians who were able to unite the sprawling Asian diaspora under one common value: boba memes. Yeah, like every post on there is either boba or parents or school. It's like, come on, let's be more creative. Come up with better Asian jokes.
Oh, we got them.
We got those,
we
yeah.
got them. Hold on. Okay, that's nope. That's that one. That's what says boba on that. That's all we have.
Hold on, wait. Are you guys talking about subtle Asian traits?
Look, it's our resident ABG correspondent, Gina Darling, everyone.
Actually, speaking of subtle Asian traits, I've been constantly sending them fucking comedy gold.
Gilbert! I don't work for them.
And I haven't gotten any of them approved. So if you're watching, I know you're watching this because you're Asian. I know where you live. You're in Australia, and I will find you. And you know what? While we're at it, since I'm so pissed off, welcome to my segment called Dishonorables. In this segment, this is where I talk about all the stupid fucking shitty people online who are racist, who have brought dishonor on their family, dishonor on their cow, dishonor on their ancestors. First on the list, a white restaurateur was getting dragged online last month for opening up a Chinese restaurant in New York called Lucky Lee's, marketed as clean Chinese food that doesn't make you bloated or icky. Really? Which weirdly happens to be the main side effects of cultural appropriation. Look at that! Holy shit! Gordon Ramsay also opened up a restaurant called Lucky Cat in London, and here's a mistake that both restaurants made. First of all, we all know that Asian people don't actually use the word lucky in their names, and second of all, we barely even use English in our names. Unless it's the words Jade, village, a random number,
So good.
or all the above. Our next dishonorables are these two fucking idiots over here. First of all, how dare you using our engineering marvels to promote your dumbass propaganda? Really? Really, bitch? They apparently want the Trump wall so bad that they flew halfway across the world to the wrong wall. I don't know who paid for those tickets, but I'm guessing it was in Mexico. And plus, we all know a wall never worked. I know you guys have seen Mulan. Speaking of walls, the Game of Thrones finale aired. No, we're not happy about
They're
that.
an honest crowd.
Honest, I like him. And the writers really messed up. No, not on just season 8. I'm talking about in all 8 seasons, there was only one Asian. And I bet you guys can't name who it is. Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, come on, really? A whole entire show about dragons. This woman literally shat out a fucking shadow monster between her legs, and you guys couldn't fathom more Asians. I know Genghis Khan was across the fucking river over there fucking shit up and pillaging. But you know what? You're lucky he didn't come because he would have fucked up Westeros. Cersei, you little bitch. Anyways, that's all for me. I am your ever so angry ABG correspondent, Gina Darling. I gotta go fill up my vape. See you guys later.
For our final segment, though, we're going to move into international news, where we check in on all the 4.5 billion Asians who don't live in America.
Oh, how do you know that?
We all know each other.
Hi. Let's start with Japan, where the emperor will be the first monarch to retire over 200 years. He's stepping down so his son can take the throne. That's the closest he's ever come to saying, I love you.
Got a lot of parent stuff going on.
Yeah, you wrote a lot of these jokes.
Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un met in February at the Hanoi summit, which I'm sure a lot of you saw a million times reported in the news, right? Because apparently Asians are only newsworthy when we're dictator tyrants. It's like, come on, that's not the representation we were looking for, okay? We already got that covered with Genghis Khan. Remember that guy?
Gang. But yeah.
Except
yeah.
not.
Except I
'cause
also
he's
don't
bad.
agree with anything
no,
he's done.
No, he's bad.
Delete this footage. Delete this
Right.
footage.
Too
Thank
soon,
you so
too
much.
soon.
Too soon. Yep. In Thailand, the king has officially married his bodyguard and crowned her the queen to set the stage for a reimagination of the 1992 classic, The Bodyguard. Take that, whitewashing, because now we're tie-dyeing. That joke was brought to you by Phil Wang.
But it's so, you guys loved it. They loved it. And finally, the Indian pop culture YouTube channel T-Series recently overtook PewDiePie as the most subscribed YouTube channel. Wow. Yeah. Essentially starting a race war between Indians and 9-year-olds. And causing a lot of internal conflict for Indian 9-year-olds. But we're not taking any sides. But let's just say they're both lucky that China blocked YouTube. 1.3 billion Chinese. I think this guy would be the next PewDiePie.
On that rousing performance, that's our show.
But before we wrap up, this show is called The Report Card for a reason. So before we go, we're going to give Asians, yes, all Asians, a grade based on our collective performance over the past year.
Ooh, some were good, some were shameful, but I think we're gonna give ourselves a B minus. Sorry.
I know. It even hurts to give it. Sorry.
Wait, why B minus? We talked about Asian everything, Asian hotties, Asian politics, Asian August.
Yeah, but look, this is the first episode, so
Okay.
you know, if we just give an A right away, right, we're not going to have the drive to expect more and work harder. Oh my God, I think I finally understand my parents now.
Ooh. Well, on that note, I'm Gilbert,
And I'm Sierra.
and you've been watching
The Report Card.
Well, that was the pilot episode of The Report Card, and we really hope you guys liked it. And yes, we know that there are a ton of stories that we didn't talk about, but that just proves that there's a lot from our community that should be reported about and celebrated, which is why we want to make more episodes. But that really depends on whether you guys like it or not. So let us know in the comments below what you guys thought, and we just appreciate that you gave it a chance. We'll see you guys next time.